welcome to Hungry Vegas. We want to wish you a very happy, special holiday of your choice, be it Hanukkah, be it Christmas. If you don't celebrate those, Happy New Year. We're going somewhere very, very special today. A place that we've never been, but we're going to a happy hour at a fancy restaurant here at the Plaza Hotel and Casino called Oscars. We've never been, and everybody says you gotta go, so we thought, well, you know, we'd like to save a buck here or there, so we're going to hopefully be able to make the happy hour and try out some of the happy hour offerings. So we ask you to come along with us and celebrate the holidays with us in a very fancy way. One really cool thing I want to point out before we get inside is that this may look familiar because inside in the main dining room is from the movie Casino, where Sharon Stone and Robert De Niro are having a meal right inside here. I'll show you a picture. Oscar Goodman was the mayor of Las Vegas for 12 years, and then for the past 12 years, his wife has been the mayor of Las Vegas until this year. So for the last 24 years, we've had Goodmans as mayors here in Las Vegas. They're truly, truly loved, and it's really exciting to be at Oscar's Steakhouse, where he visits and has all kinds of fun here. Explain that.
This is the shrimp cocktail. We came here, we were hoping to get the happy hour. But that's only available at the bar, and it did not look comfortable at the bar. It's very crowded. The NFR's in town, and that might be part of it. So we didn't want to sit there, so we sat where we wanted to sit. So we're just getting a little bit different items. This is my birthday dinner, and I've wanted to get a shrimp cocktail, a good shrimp cocktail, for a long time. So I went ahead and got that. It is $28, I think. You get 3. They're huge. They are nicely flavored. They're very meaty. I love them. If you come and sit at the bar and get the happy hour, it's $4 a piece. So it's a pretty big price difference. But it's my birthday. My drink.
It's really good.
I forget what it's called. Is it called the Defendant?
Yeah, the Defendant.
Yeah, it's their version of Old Fashioned.
I think it's good, right?
Yeah.
It's a good drink for sure.
Yeah.
It's not a cheapo drink. It's good.
It's very good. I like the ice in it. It's just regular cubes. But I kind of like that as opposed to a giant round ball taking up the whole thing. And every time I drink, it hits my nose. So it's got one of those little cherries, like a boozy cherry. I'm stuffed. I've finished eating. Jody wants me to talk about the food. The bread looked pretty. The butter had some nice salt on top, a little flaky type salt. Bread's not very good. Maybe it's an off night. I don't know.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
It tastes like I'd rather have Wonder Bread almost, because it wasn't even soft. It was kind of hard.
It wasn't soft.
It was hard.
Maybe it's not fresh because we got here so early. I don't know. I didn't care for it. The drink is great. The shrimp cocktail is really good. It's not as good as St. Elmo's in Indianapolis. But you can't really get better than that, probably. It was nice big shrimp. I was surprised there were only 3 of them. I know they're huge, but still, that was kind of small. I didn't like the presentation too much. It had the nice metal bowl. Usually, when they have that, they'll have like a little fork for serving the thing, which I know it's stupid. You know, I can use my hands, or I can use the big fork, but I like the little fork because it makes me feel like a giant. And other places, you know, they put the lemon on it, it'll be sticking up or something. It was just kind of there. Before I was even done eating the shrimp, she came and took that plate
The
away.
cocktail sauce. She came up and she said, first she came up and not the waitress, but someone who's told to go out and collect plates. We were halfway through the bread and she came up and wanted to take it away. And then you took your last shrimp out of the cocktail sauce, set it on your plate, and there she is, and she's taking your cocktail. And I said, do you need any more cocktail sauce, Matt? And she was like gone with it. So it didn't matter if it or not. That wasn't the only time. Then we had another time where I was dumping some of the mashed potatoes onto the plate, and here she comes. I put the spoon back in, and she's taking it away. And I'm like, I would prefer if you didn't, please. I mean, we weren't done with the food. That was weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Continue, sorry. What'd you think about the steak and the sides?
The steak was good. It didn't blow me away.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. It's one of their domestic steaks. They have different sections on there, and it's the domestic. It's not prime or anything. It was pretty good.
It tasted good.
Didn't blow me away.
No, it was not the best that I've had or anything at all. Not even close, actually. I think Hugo's Cellar was better. That's what I got at Hugo's Cellar when we went for our anniversary or something like that. Or
Yeah.
I think Hugo's Cellar was better, but it was okay.
Well, compared to the place that we went that had the happy hour or the Sunday.
The $15 steak?
Yeah. This was better than that.
It was better.
But it wasn't 4 times as good.
It was not. No way. I saved $15 when over at the Martini. Get it for $15, not $61.
Or the Texas Roadhouse one.
The Texas Roadhouse is great. Yeah, it's every bit as good for sure. There's nothing fancy about the Oscar steak or their shrimp, or definitely not their bread. Their sides were fine. What did we get? We got asparagus. We got Brussels sprouts. We got mashed potatoes. And those were like $16 each, I think.
Yeah.
It's like $50 on 3 sides. It's a lot, but they tasted good.
Yeah.
They're fine. Didn't blow me away in any of them. Small portion. I don't know. I just don't like spending a lot of money on something that's not just like mind-blowing.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we've been treated like the people that came in and asked if we could get the happy hour stuff at this table, and we can't, and kind of rushed.
Yeah. And now we are at Texas Roadhouse. We decided to kind of do a challenge. Not a challenge, but...
It's not really a challenge.
No.
We didn't have the best experience at Oscars. We felt like we were rushed in a way. And just overall, we didn't have a good feeling at the place. It was very expensive, which is fine, but the experience made me feel like I wasn't quite as welcome there, if that makes any sense. Anyways, we both love Texas Roadhouse, and my employer for Christmas gave everyone $50 gift cards, and you get to pick where you use the gift card, and I picked Texas Roadhouse. So we've got a $50 gift card to use here, and I thought it would be interesting, not just for a video, but in general for me, to see what the difference is in going to Texas Roadhouse, which is a chain, which we try to avoid chains.
This one's always been real solid for us, though.
Yes. All the way back to before we were even married, when they first opened up the Texas Roadhouse in Bloomington, Indiana. We went there a lot. Mm-hmm. We actually had a day where we went there for lunch and dinner.
We did.
And anyways, we love this place. So chances are we're probably gonna say, oh, this is a better value, you should go here. But we're gonna show you. We're gonna try to get similar items to what we got,
and then we'll compare that and see how it compares to the pricing, the taste, and the ambiance of Oscars. We're not saying the Oscars is bad. Go to Oscars; it's fun. You should go to Oscars. But this might be just like better for us.
And so far, the difference is, when we went to Oscars, we had a reservation and we had to stand around a bunch of people that were waiting and tell them who we are, and then we had to wait longer before we were seated. Here, we don't have reservations. Obviously, they don't take reservations, but we put our name in at the door, and just like a lot of people around us in the parking lot, and we gave them my cell phone number, and they're going to text me when the table's ready.
Should be 20 to 30 minutes, so let's see how it goes. Hey, Matt, do you know why they stopped they used to have these peanuts, and people would, they were like in a big bucket, and you could just throw them all over the floor and everything. Do you know why they don't do that anymore?
Peanut allergies?
Nope.
It took too long to clean up?
Nope. Some guy fell, slipped on him, and shattered his kneecap. I read that online.
I love the bread here. Everyone loves the bread. The bread at Oscars sucked.
It was horrible.
I always eat all the bread at places. I didn't even finish one roll at Oscars. But anyways, they've got the bread with the cinnamon butter. It's medium rare.
Okay, go for it.
So good.
So this steak and shrimp and salad and mashed potatoes and gravy, $30.49, correct? For everything. $30.49. Oh, you haven't tried your shrimp yet. At Oscar's, it was $61 just for the steak.
It was $30 just for the shrimp cocktail, the 3 shrimp.
It was $28 for 3 shrimp cocktails. It was $61 for the fillet. And it was, Brussels sprouts, mashed potatoes, and asparagus. And it was $45 for those 3 items. Mashed potatoes and gravy. It's good, right?
It's great.
My meal was $26.49, and I got 2 sides here. I got mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, and an 8-ounce sirloin, and half rack of ribs. Is that what it is? It's just $26.49. So let's dig in and see how it tastes. Let's try mashed potato. I love their mashed potatoes and gravy. Over Oscar's, you just got it was like a puree, and for $15, it was about the size of one of these, honestly, without any gravy or anything. This blows that one out of the park, in my opinion. Green beans, not asparagus like we had at Oscar's, but everything here is house made. So let's see how the green beans come out. They do have bacon in them. I don't know if I've been to a restaurant that I like the green beans better than here. It's so good. Okay, steak time, right, Matt? And then I'm going to have you show the ribs at the end, because I'm just going to have a bite of steak and then we need to eat. And then we'll come back to the tasting of the ribs. Is that okay? Okay, you ready? I did ask for medium rare, just like Matt. Uh-oh. Across the grain. I always have trouble deciding how to do this. Hopefully I do it right. Is that okay?
I don't know.
I can't really tell. That is so perfect for me. I mean, absolutely perfect for exactly the way I would want it. Really, I'm always impressed with Texas Roadhouse. And when we decided we were going to do this, I was thinking in my head, oh no, what if they mess it up today? The one time that we're like, oh, this is a better deal, and it's a lot of really good food, well prepared.
What I was saying about the ribs was they're still very good, but they're a lot drier than they usually are. So that is a disappointment.
What would you say about the customer service and how we were greeted here?
Night and day. Everyone is always so friendly here. Excellent service. I didn't feel rushed at all, but everything is definitely rushed here. I mean, in that it's extremely crowded, and it's always very crowded.
I think that the customer base here wants to kind of get in and out.
Yeah.
But you had your salad, and you had plenty of time to eat your salad before the food came, which was nice. That's perfect.
Yes.
I felt like the filet was better here at Texas Roadhouse.
Absolutely.
And without a doubt, it was better. I think that the green beans were better than the asparagus. I think that the mashed potatoes and gravy here were better than the puree at Oscar's.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't know what to say about is the shrimp.
The shrimp were good. They're not as good as the shrimp at Oscar's.
3 for $28.
One thing about the shrimp, they serve it on top of 2 little pieces of garlic bread. And the garlic bread is just one of the rolls sliced in half that they butter and they grill it. And that was possibly even better than the shrimp part.
I think that you can ask for them that way, and they'll do that. They'll give them to you, like the rolls like that. I've heard that's
Really?
so good. It was yummy.
It was very good. I feel happy. I feel like this is a very good value.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we've wasted any money.
No.
We've both had smiles on our faces the whole time. No one's cried. It's, I really like it here.
I do.
The layout, everything about this place is exactly the same as the one in Terre Haute, Indiana. They're all the same. That means, you know, if you're on vacation, you don't want that. But this is very comforting to me.
Yeah, I agree.
We might as well be in Terre Haute, Indiana, except, you know, they've got something for the Nellis Air Force Base on the wall instead of Bobby Knight throwing a chair.
That's right. It is Bobby Knight throwing a chair.
That's the Bloomington.
In Bloomington, yeah. Terre Haute has Larry Bird.
Same difference.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for joining us, right? We'll see you
What?
next. What? Oh, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Couple of things to add. One, back to the filet, the steak. I liked it so much more than at Oscar's. At Oscar's, the filet is not listed as prime. They have some steaks that are prime. And the one here is not prime. So it's probably the same quality of meat. Or similar. But the cook on it at Oscar's, you know how on a steak sometimes there's like a gray layer all around the outside? It had that. It had a lot more of a sear on the outside, a sear or char, which I know some people like. This had the grill marks, but didn't have a char on it, and I like it this way better. It looks like a steak that's been cooked sous vide and then thrown on the grill and put some grill marks.
Yeah.
They don't do that, I don't think, but it was perfect throughout. The other one at Oscar's, I didn't like the sides. I don't like it like shoe leather around the outside. I mean, that's hyperbole, but it's not as good as the center. But this was like even throughout. It was divine. I loved it. One thing I don't like about Texas Roadhouse, couple things that are kind of connected. I do have social anxiety and agoraphobia, that sort of thing. I do take medicine for it. And right now it's not a big issue for me, but it has been in the past. Coming to Texas Roadhouse, it's very loud, a lot of people, and a lot of yeehaw, you know, where they do for someone's birthday or something. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but it is what it is. Also, the restrooms in Texas Roadhouse, just like the layout is the same as Terre Haute, Indiana, and Bloomington, Indiana, and everywhere. It doesn't make much sense to me. This is a huge restaurant. The men's room has one stall and then 2 urinals and a sink. And that's just not enough. I mean, every time that I've ever been to a Texas Roadhouse, I go in if I have to use the restroom, and it's all occupied. That being said, they do have a family bathroom, which I could go in, but I'd feel like a weirdo doing that without a family with me. But I do notice...
I'm your family.
You want to go to the bathroom together?
No, thanks.
In Terre Haute, Indiana, though, on the door to the family restroom, they've taped up, it says that employees are not allowed to use the restroom, the family restroom. They don't have that here, so they may not have had problems like they've had in Terre Haute, I'm guessing. So, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Summer Solstice, if that's a thing. Thanks for watching. We've had a really great year, and we'll have more in 2025.